I forgot to upload a video for Thursday, so if you're seeing this on Thursday, that's the reason. Yeah, it's all dark. We're right in front of the spooky woods, and by spooky woods, I mean literally a couple of pine trees. Yeah. So, I wanted to make this video because I had two really strange sleep paralysis stories. Yeah. So, I've been getting in a lot recently. It's starting to piss me off, to be perfectly honest, but I thought I'd discuss this. So, both instances, I'm not even sure if it's actually sleep paralysis. So this should be a fun video. Let's speculate. Anyway, so the first incident happened about a week ago. So basically I was waking up. I don't remember the dream, so I'm gonna jump immediately into the sleep paralysis part, because with the other one, I knew what dream was going on, because it was a wild night as far as dreams were concerned. But first one, I don't actually know the story. I don't have a scene to set for you, but all I know is that, so basically, when the sleep paralysis started, I woke up and I was like, and then I opened my eyes, and I was like, okay. And so I decided to turn over, because I was leaning to the left and my alarm clock is over in this direction. So I close my eyes again, and I start to turn over and all that, and then I have my face, and I know I'm pointing it directly at the alarm clock, because I do this all the frickin' time in the morning. So I turn over and I open my eyes. I haven't moved, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just sitting there. I know for a fact, because I could feel my body moving. I could feel my limbs, my appendages touching the blankets as my body rolled itself over. I could feel this happening, and I could feel it. So I closed my eyes again, because I couldn't do all this with my eyes open. That's how much brain power that sleep paralysis takes away from you. So I closed my eyes again, trying to lean over, and I still haven't moved. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess I must be in sleep paralysis right now, and I really wasn't feeling it right then. I was like, come on, I don't have time for this, because I thought I slept in because it was brighter than usual in the room, and I'm like, I do not have time for this. I might be late for class right now. So I'm trying to fidget around as much as possible to wake my body up. And eventually, I must have had like a scratch in my nose or something, because I remember moving my hand up into my nose, okay? I felt it in my nose. I could feel myself picking my nose. The thing is, my body wasn't moving. And eventually it got to the point where I could feel my hand moving past my nose, so I should have been able to see my finger, yet I wasn't moving at all. And this is why I feel like this incident is so much stranger compared to others that I've had in the past. Because there's been times where I just, wake up and I'm just there and I can't move, and I'm like, God fucking damn, and I try to wriggle my way out of it, and eventually I wake up and everything's wonderful. But this is so different, because I could feel my body turning over trying to look at the alarm clock, but when my eyes opened back up, I hadn't moved at all. And I could feel my finger inside of my nose and brushing past my nose, but I couldn't see my hand moving. So I don't know if this was not even sleep paralysis, it was just part of the dream. And I'm going to lead into the other incident that made me make this video. Because originally I wasn't even going to make a video on that. I thought it might have been interesting to make a video on that, but now that I had the second incident, I'm thinking, okay, it's time for a full-on video for this shit. So I could totally feel all that happening, but it wasn't actually happening. So the second incident, I can actually frame this. And that was a wild night, because the dream started out and it was like a regular dream that I would usually have, until suddenly I woke up. And I hate when that happens. I hate when I have Inception dreams where I'm just waking up constantly, but it's still in the dream. And what's really, really, really dumb about this one is that I was waking up in 100 different places, but every single time I woke up, I didn't, stop to assess the situation and figure out where I am. Every single time I thought I was awake for sure that time. Turns out I never was. And I kept waking up at different places. I woke up at my grandma's. I woke up in my dorm room. I woke up at the house that we used to live in nearly coming up on 3 years ago. and I woke up in the house that I was actually at. 4 different places, and that's just off the top of my head. I know I woke up in the dream more than 4 times. And one of the incidents, the wildest of all, is where the sleep paralysis kicks in. Because it could not have been actual sleep paralysis, because where I was when I got it, okay, now I'm starting to shiver because I'm remembering the dream. It's kind of like a night terror at this point, because whenever I have weird dreams and I wake up feeling scared from them, it doesn't happen as often. Like, there was a lull in my life, like a 10-year lull where that didn't happen, and then it started out up again at, like, puberty. It ended at, like, age 4 and then started up at 14, where I'll wake up from dreams and then I'll think about what I had just seen, and then I get the shivers. Well, I'm getting the shivers now because I remember. So here's what happened immediately. So I was at my grandma's house in this instance, and it's pitch fucking black, and it's just like, and I'm pretty sure at this point I'm just thinking, am I awake or not? And it was just pissing me off at that point until I see this hand. I saw this hand over there, just a floating hand, and then lightning struck, and you could see it was my grandma's hand, but she was doing a weird beckoning motion, which I guess was creepy apparently. Because, you know, there was this other, because I want to talk about this as well, the shivers, because I'm kind of getting them now, not as intense as it would have been if I had been recalling this immediately as I woke up. But there was this one time where I had the shivers, and I woke up from a dream, my heart was racing, and I had the shivers. But when I thought about what had actually woken me up, I would sit there literally and say to myself, this is not scary in the slightest. Why am I shivering from this? Why am I getting the chills from something that isn't scary at all? I don't remember what it was. I really wish I did, because it wasn't scary at all. And yet I had the shivers from it. So the shivers are interesting. But that's not the subject of this video. So there, when the lightning struck and I saw it was my grandma and I got the shivers, that's when I woke up in the dream. And it was still sleep, and it was the sleep paralysis in the dream. But it couldn't have been real life, because I was at my grandma's house still. And I was at my house. The one that you see in the background whenever I make a video on top of my car outside, like for example, or like, you know, just like a Tails and Kenny show. Every Tails and Kenny show has taken place inside my house. That's where I slept. But I woke up in the dream at my grandma's. And I was in sleep paralysis. In the dream. Not in real life, because I was still sleeping. So it couldn't have been sleep paralysis if you're still dreaming. If you're still asleep. So, I'm in sleep paralysis in my dream. I don't understand. It's so weird. And all of this is happening after constantly recurring waking up from not being in a dream. Was this last night or the night before? I don't even fucking remember. It must have been last night, because I wouldn't be getting the shivers if I retold this after the day I had it. So, yeah. So it must have been this morning when I woke up to all this. Because this always happens to me. I have the weirdest fucking dreams, and it all has to do, I think, with like, we're having right now, I keep skipping the classes, but in class, we're doing a chapter in psychology on dreams. And is that wind, or is someone like... The wind must be picking up because I'm hearing strange-ass sounds. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Am I about to wake up again? I don't know. Hopefully not, because... I also found money in my dreams. That was an awesome part of the dream anyway. But that wasn't part of the fun part. That was when I was flipping through all this sleep paralysis shit. And I was in sleep paralysis in the dream. And when I got out of sleep paralysis in the dream, I was still at my grandma's. But my roommate was there. And we looked out the window. And there were bunches of bananas on pine trees. And we both were like, that doesn't seem right. I must be in a dream right now. But then... in the dream, I thought, or this could just be a really elaborate decoration. And I guess that must have been a more rational outcome, because I guess I fell back into believing I was awake or something, because that's some dumb shit right there. But yeah, both of these incidents really make me wonder about sleep paralysis as a thing. And in NASCAR 08, I discuss how, and I start recording, how when I'm in, like, if I have to sleep for, like, under 2 hours, that's when I have really weird-ass vivid dreams. This is the one that I'm talking about right now when I was in a dream with sleep paralysis. But that really makes me wonder, because the first one, where I could feel everything in my body, I could feel all the tender nerve endings, all over my body. I could feel my body turning, but I wasn't turning. I could feel my finger in my nose and up my nose, but it wasn't moving. That's never happened to me before, I don't think, in sleep paralysis, because every other time that I've had sleep paralysis, when I try to move a body part, it'll kind of go like this. It'll kind of jolt, and then it'll slow down as my body tries to be like, no, go to sleep, you fuck. You're sleeping. Don't move your body or else you'll kill yourself in some haphazard incident via sleep. But whenever I have sleep paralysis and I try to move my body, it'll jolt and then it'll slowly come back down. But this, I could feel my body moving, but I wasn't moving. And in the other one, I was in a dream and had sleep paralysis in the dream. What the fuck is up with dreams, dude? I could have an entire video of me just recalling dreams. I kinda do. It's the original NASCAR 800% Daytona 500 that I did. Jesus fucking Christ, that's coming up on 4 years. 4 years ago. Yeah. I think I'll have to do an hour-long video where I just sit back and recall some dreams. But that was some strange-ass shit. I don't know what to think. But yeah, but I was just waking up constantly in the dream and it was starting to piss me off at times. Because every single time that I freaking wake up in the dream, I think, am I free? And then some weird shit will happen and I'd be, well, guess not. Better close my eyes and hope I fucking wake up this time. And then I'd wake up, but I'm still in the dream. So I close my eyes and try to wake up. And this all happens within an hour of time. I woke up at about 4:50 and went right back to sleep. But then when all the stupid bullshit was done, and I had finally woken up in real life, and I actually legitimately, when I woke up for real, I took account of myself and said, okay, am I actually awake now? That's how fucking bad it got last night. I don't usually do that. When I actually do wake up, I'm like, immediately like, oh, I'm awake now. But last night, I was legitimately like, okay, am I actually awake right now? Because that was starting to get, like, ridiculous. But, yeah. I mean, immediately when I woke up for real, I was like, okay, am I awake? Feel my body, I can feel things, I'm moving around. I'm recalling, like, shadows. Usually shadows don't show up very well in my dreams. I look at the clock. And then I look away and then look back again to see if it's changed. I pick up my phone and scroll through Twitter and see if there's any names I don't recognize. Yeah. Fuck that. But, I think there's actually a thing. Because I think you have those dreams every night. But since you sleep for so long, you actually don't remember any of it. So it feels like nothing. But when you're only asleep for an hour at a time, you actually live the whole thing, and it plays out in real time. I think that's what goes on, but I'm not a fucking neuro-fucking cosmologist over here, so I can't say for sure. I can only give you anecdotal experiences. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck to say. Those were two very stupid dreams. Well, I don't even think the dream that I had when I was doing the moving around sleep paralysis was that stupid. I just think the one that I had this morning was really fucking gay. Pissed me off. I was getting really fucking sick of waking up inside of dreams. Like, I was legitimately thinking of just like, even if I am actually awake right now, I'm gonna go jump off a building. Hopefully this ends. And if I die, at least this dream is over. Because that was starting to piss me off. How fucking annoying it is. I got another 10 minutes that I can spend talking about dreams, because I've had those in the past. I've had so many dreams in the past where you wake up within it and you think, I'm never waking up, am I? I hate those. I hate those. I hate those where you're never waking up, dude. But the worst part about dreams is that when you have a good dream and you wake up, it's like, oh, that wasn't real life. I still have my same shitty existence. But when it's a bad dream, it's like, oh, that was fucking unbearable. I'm scared to go back to sleep for this shit is gonna happen again. God, dumbass shit, I tell you what. I fucking hate dreams. But, I have them. Like, I'm just a modern-day Martin Luther King Jr. over here. Yep. 2 dumbass dreams discussed in way too fucking long. So, yeah. I hope this was a nice atmospheric change. When we get to more night races as the season goes along, we'll see more like this. Ooh. Maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully. You never know, though. Anyway, is that it? That's really all I wanted to talk about, but now that we're on the subject of dreams, I don't want to stop talking about them because the ones that I've had are so goddamn retarded. It's just like, you gotta hear about this. This is some dumb shit. I'm trying to recall if there's any in recent memory that I really need to get out before this video's over. The most recent one is the one where I got raped by a serial killer. That was a fun experience. It wasn't even raped by a serial killer. It was raped to death by a serial killer. Like, I got the, like, wasted screen from San Andreas when I died in the dream after being raped by a serial killer. Why am I still talking about that? You know, the strangest thing, I've only ever been raped in a dream twice. Once by a serial killer and another by a chicken. I discussed that. I think I discussed both in Need for Speed Most Wanted. Why am I still making this video? This is dumb shit. Why does this video even exist to begin with? Yeah. So if you're seeing this Thursday, I apologize for not giving you a good video, but I hope this'll do. I actually just came from Walmart. I had to buy some allergy pills because I'm a fucking drug addict. And since I was there, I bought some batteries. So I'm gonna leave now. Look at those lights. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm leaving. Bye.